there was this woman, Katie. She was working in hospitality, one of the volunteers. And I started talking to Katie, and I find out that Katie has a bakery business. And as soon as she told me she had a bakery business, I just said, Katie, I have to ask you this question. Like, is sourdough bread gluten-free? I was like, some people say it's gluten-free, some people say it's not gluten-free, and my husband is gluten-free. And so I had been wondering, like, is it worth the risk to have him try it and him get sick or not? And yeah, I knew there was debate on it. So I locked eyes with her, and I was like, Katie, you have to tell me, when you make your sourdough bread, is it actually gluten-free? And so we have this lovely conversation. She assures me that the fresh loaves that she makes are gluten-free, and so I went on my way. This was in May. This was in March. This was in March. I was there in March. I come back in June. I'm teaching again at this church. And after first service, I come up, I go to hospitality, and there's Katie, except Katie's standing there with a bag with a loaf of bread in it. She goes, I made you some bread. I was like, you made me some bread? She's like, yeah, I remember our conversation. You were talking about sourdough bread. You were telling me about your husband being gluten-free. And so I wanted you to have a fresh loaf of bread. I don't know what you feel like when you're remembered. You remember the last time you were remembered? And somebody remembered the details. Somebody remembered what you needed. Somebody remembered what would specifically satisfy of your question and your hunger and your wonder. But the invitation, every time we break bread together, every time we take the cup together, is to remember Jesus, to remember specifically your story, to remember specifically what he has saved you from, what he has redeemed you from, what he has healed you from, what he has crowned you with, what he continues to renew your spirit and your strength for tomorrow on Monday. And we have the ability every time to remember from our history to draw us into communion now, because nothing closes the distance like sharing a table.